Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
All right, welcome everybody. We are here with Sam tonight. We're going to go over some new things. I don't think Sam has even started selling on Amazon yet, but he's a brand new member of our Mastermind, and we're going to talk about what the best way for him to start his Amazon business and going forward. So welcome, Sam, and can you tell me a little bit about where you are as far as e-commerce in your Amazon business?
As far as e-commerce is concerned, I've done some selling on eBay before. I did a little bit of drop shipping, but I was kind of discouraged by all the money that I was spending, and it was so hit or miss. So for a while, I've had my eyes on Amazon, but I was discouraged with the amount of money that was needed to start up. But just recently, I had just seen how little money people were spending to get on and the advantages compared to eBay. So I just said, you know what, I'm just going to, cut eBay out altogether and just move on to Amazon. So I've been kind of, learning the ropes.
Yeah, definitely. So have you sent anything into FBA yet?
Not yet. I would really like to, but I'm just being very cautious about that till I'm a little bit more sure.
Okay. Have you bought anything?
No, as you can tell, I just recently signed up to Tactical Arbitrage. I've been running through some things and seeing what's out there, and kind of just getting more comfortable with Keepa and Camel before I decide to make a decision. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was, starting out, how much should I dedicate to any one thing, or, what's a good amount to start with just to put my feet in the water?
Right. Well, definitely this is not like eBay or most other places to sell where, everybody would tell you to choose a niche, and only buy products in that niche, right. Where you're going to have repeat customers. Even if you have your own e-commerce site, you're going to have people looking for, dog products or, whatever it is that you're selling. But with, and eBay as well, because you can market to your own customers. But with Amazon, they're not your customers, they're Amazon's customers. And, you're just supplying the products basically to them. So, we don't stick to one of anything. We sell wherever we can find profit. Because people are going to Amazon and they're searching for what they're looking for. Unless you're bringing your own clients and you're giving them the link to your storefront, people aren't looking for your storefront. They're not going and looking by those categories. We're more interested in categories than the end user is. So, we really just need to get whatever is profitable there, and people are going to be searching on Amazon for what they're looking for. And if yours is the one that comes up, then, yours is the one that's going to sell. But the only good part about sticking to a niche is if you really know, that those kind of products, if you really know groceries or, or health or, shoes and clothing, then, it'll make it easier for you to find the products. But as far as selling, a niche really isn't that valuable in the Amazon space.
Yeah, when I sold on eBay, I didn't really stick to any niches. I just, wherever, like you said, wherever I saw that profit could be had, I followed that path. So.
Right. And Tactical Arbitrage is great because you're going to go everywhere again with Tactical Arbitrage. You're going to be looking through, whatever's available. Did you sign up with my link? Did you get the bonuses and all that for Tactical Arbitrage? Okay. So you got really a great start as far as that, because, you know, as I'm sure most of the people that are going to watch this have, you know, bought at least some of my lists, and, you know, it's a complete list for that store. So, are you taking the course too? The training course?
Yes.
You're
I
in
am.
the 5-week course? Okay, good. Because on Thursday, we're going to go over that on how to break down those lists to pick the categories that you want to search for. Because just, you know, sending, you know, trying to search all Walmart, you know, there's 4.2 million products on Walmart, you know, it's not really the best use of your time. So, you know, being in a group like this is really, you know, a good first step for people who are starting out. When people start out, they don't, you know, usually want to pay $100 or whatever the group is, but, you know, in this situation, you don't know what to buy. So when you find something, you know, you have somebody that you can send that to, which, you know, everybody here knows they can send me, you know, whatever you find, you know, I'm going to tell you if it's worth buying or not. So that's if you're out, you know, doing retail arbitrage, you know, just take a screenshot of whatever scanner you're using, or if you're using tactical arbitrage, you know, just send me the link, and, you know, we can take a look at it, and I can tell you, you know, why it's a good deal or why you should really pass on it. And especially starting out, you know, Keepa is going to be very important. I would just completely forget about camel. You know, that Keepa does the same thing and so much more stuff. You know, there's a lot of stuff it don't track. It has a lot more information on Keepa, and it's the same thing. You know, in years past, Keepa, I think somewhere around February 2015, they started tracking sales rank. So Camel was a lot better up until that point because it was tracking the sales rank. But now that Keepa does it, there's really no reason to ever use Camel anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Thursday because that's the part I'm most excited about, is see how to best take advantage of the lists and, you know, capitalize on them.
Right. Well, you can get out and start, you know, sourcing now because there's a ton of stuff to find, and we're going to go through on, you know, how to weed it out, and, you know, because there's just so much information with tactical arbitrage. It's going to show you so many finds that you may just not know what is the best. And I think that's where most of people's problems come in, because they just don't know, you know, what to buy, and they're finding so much stuff they just don't do it. You know, and that's the worst thing. You know, even if you're going to lose out on stuff, everybody loses money with, you know, in their Amazon business, as long as you're doing well overall. You know, people could get stuff at liquidation and pay 10 cents on the dollar on it, and, you know, you can't compete with them. You know, and you may lose money on that one product, but overall, it's okay to, you know, lose some money as long as you're learning, and, you know, you make profit overall.
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to learn how to some strategies for best managing that risk, you know.
Right, and that's to, you know, using Keepa to look at your history, you know, and you can see when Amazon's come in and gone out of stock on products, and, you know, historically where it's been. You know, so there's really no reason to be, you know, testing, and, you know, I see what people talk about in all those other groups, but, you know, 5 years ago, you should test products, but now you have things like Keepa that's giving you years worth of history. You know exactly how much it's sold and how often, and what happens to the sales rank, and when Amazon sold it and when they didn't. So, you know, there's really no reason to test stuff, because you buy it to test it and it's all gone then, and, you know, you really just wasted your time to sell one of a product. And as for your main question, which was, you know, how much money do you need to start with, or you only have, you know, let's say a couple $1,000s to start with. It really doesn't matter. However much money you have to invest, that's how much you invest. We started with literally nothing, you know, just like a lot of other people have. We took products we had around their house, scanned it, you know, and found the stuff that was worth selling. We sent it in, it sold. And, you know, I bought a label printer and a scanner, and we started hitting yard sales, flea markets, thrift stores, and we just took that money and just kept reinvesting it. You know, so you can just take what, you know, whatever you have to invest, that's how much you have to invest. You know, it's not, like other businesses, you need $50,000 to start or $10,000. It's, whatever you have. If you invest $100,000 in your first month, well, you can make $100,000 a month, or $50,000 a month. But if you have $1,000 to invest, well, it's just going to take you longer to get to the $100,000 a month point. So, it's very easy to do it full time. I mean, there's, I know thousands and thousands of people who are, selling on Amazon full time and have left their jobs. Or I've never had a job since I started selling on Amazon. I just didn't have a job at the time when I started, and I never needed to get one after that.
Yeah, because that's my ultimate goal. I want to wrap up. I want to especially make it to Q4, of course. I want to start building the momentum, gain the experience, so that when Q4 comes around, I can fully capitalize on it and then hopefully say goodbye to my employer by then. So.
Right, definitely. That's that's where everyone wants to be, but there's problems to go along with that as well, because you not only do you have to replace that income, but you have to be taking money out of your business then at the same time. So, even though you're making money, well, if you're taking, however much you're making now, 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, when you have to take that out of your business, it really slows down your growth. So, staying at the job, if you have one, is really the best thing you can do, until it's not worth it anymore.
Right. Yeah, I pretty much plan on just reinverting, putting everything back in for at least, a year or so into the business. So it'll be strong enough by that point to hopefully make it happen.
And if you're doing online arbitrage, it's, and we work with, a company called Free Up. I don't know if you've seen them, but they have partially trained virtual assistants, and we use a ton of virtual assistants all over the world. I have employees in China and India and all over the place. So what we do, they can do with a little bit of training, they can do all those searches in tactical arbitrage, and they can, once you learn how, you can easily train them, with some short videos that you make, or show them my videos. And you can, you can have them weed out all the losers, and then all you have to do is go look at, the lists that they give you, and then you just buy that stuff, ship it to a prep center, which is perfect for people who have full-time jobs already. So once you get it down, you can really turn it into something that's not going to take, a whole lot of your time, where you don't have to, quit your job, immediately, or, you don't have to sleep 2 hours a night because you're working on basically 2 full-time jobs.
Do with the process of using tactical arbitrage, if I'm going to do that exclusively, do I need something like Scan Power?
Really, I would still use Scan Power. It's a lot faster using Scan Power to list, and there's other tools for listing. Scan Power is, of course, you wouldn't need the scanner, but the listing software. I'm not sure what they start at. I think they just disabled their. Do you have a free account with them?
No, from what I've looked at, it's like $25 a month. Right,
to start. They had a free account, but they shut them off. But I'm like their biggest promoter, so I've actually been using it since 2012. So I can probably get you a free account to start, and then once you it goes by how many items you list. So as you list more and more, you just keep going up the tiers as far as pricing. But it makes stuff so much easier. I can send you the link to my video where I show you how you list with Scan Power.
Oh, okay.
Listings for Seller Central, there's just like 50 things you have to enter for each item. Oh. When we list with Scan Power, you just enter the barcode, and it basically shows you your competing prices, what everyone else is selling, and you select which one you want to sell at, and print your labels. I'm sure you're going to be shipping to yourself to start with when you buy stuff.
No, I was thinking about
using a prep center.
the prep center because the prices are so reasonable. I was looking
Yeah.
at celery charges for FBA prep. It's really reasonable.
Yeah, we have a discount with celery. That's how you found out about them?
Yeah, they're only like $1 a piece or $1.45 for oversized. Or no, I think it was.
Everyone's between $1 and $1.50. So yeah, and if you if you start getting in wholesale and things like that, they have packages that are even cheaper. So if you're sending stuff to them by the full case, of course it's a lot less work. So they'll give you discounts on that. I don't think celery. What state are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. I don't think celery's in a tax-free state for sales tax. So you may want to look at, and I can give you some places, Prime Zero Prep, and there's a few other ones that are in tax-free states. So, saving those percentage of taxes, once you spend, I think, $12, $13 for most states on a product, you're actually, it's cheaper to go to a tax-free state. Because if you save those sales taxes, it's more in savings than you would have paid for the fees for the prep center. So if you're paying whatever it is, 6 to 10% in that state,
Right. Yeah.
multiply that up times 15, and then you have a, it's just cheaper to go to a tax-free state, and it's basically then you're getting it done for free.
So, as far as reaching out to you with items to look at, what way do you prefer that we reach out?
Usually, if you want me to, look at, like something in Keepa, I prefer just to send me the Keepa link, send it in one line. Don't say, can you look at this and then do that? Send it its own line, because then I can, just click on it. If I'm on mobile, I can look at it right there. If not, there's cutting and pasting and deleting and all that stuff. And if you want me to look at something else, just send me the link to it on Amazon or, Walmart. The biggest thing with tactical arbitrage or any other way of online sourcing is to make sure that the products match. Almost every issue is going to be a mismatch, because you're going to sort by ROI. You're going to pull out the stuff that's not the right ROI, not the right rank. So as long as the product matches, if the picture has to match exactly what you have, and it's a big issue that a lot of new sellers can't comprehend with Amazon. What you have has to match what's in the picture. So if you got a box of cereal and they change the design and it's the same size and same contents, but the box doesn't look the same, well, it's not the same product anymore.
It's kind of a different ASIN, probably, or.
Well, you can update the picture, and I've got a video on doing that as well. But you can basically just do your own picture or get it from their website, and upload it into Seller Central. And once it gets updated, then you'll have a matching product.
Sounds good. I think that gives me a great place to start from. So I'll probably just send you a few things that I'm looking at just to confirm that, I'm on the right path. And
yeah, sure. You can just send them over anytime. That's no problem. We help people, constantly with stuff like that, and it's a lot better, don't feel like you're bothering me, which is what a lot of people say, because that's what you're really paying us for, is to, help you, guide you down the right track, and for me to spend 15 seconds on an item where, you spend time to order it and then ship it, and, you're going to lose money on it, really doesn't make sense. So, until you're comfortable, just send me some examples of what you like. And we also, you get those lists every day of the, your products that we send out, 20, 30 items, whatever it is every day, so that's a good guide. But, you don't have to buy those. You're using tactical arbitrage. I prefer people learn how to do it themselves. That's why we do, these weekly videos and training on tactical arbitrage and the other software. Because I don't want people to rely on my list. I want people to learn how to do it themselves.
Right.
So, but look at those lists every day. It's a good guide of the kind of things that, we buy. for our business, and you'll start to know the kind of items you want to be looking at. And you probably haven't gotten ungated in really anything yet either.
No, I mean, I was looking at that. It looks like you have to have at least sold something somewhere to be ungated.
Actually, no, you can get ungated in all of those things without ever selling a single product.
Really?
Actually, the ungating people that I've always talked to would prefer that, because you have perfect metrics right now because you haven't sold anything to get bad metrics. So as long as they're perfect, then you'll never have a problem.
In that case, well, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I look at the seller requirements and I'm like, I haven't met those, so I would think I can't get ungated. But
yeah, so actually you have. You're perfect until you become less than perfect, is the way they look at it.
Oh, okay.
So you don't need actual selling history. They've lots of people have gotten ungated that way, but there's a lot of stuff that don't worry about dumping a whole lot of money into hundreds of dollars for each category and all that.
Right.
The only ones that really never open up are the health, the beauty, and the grocery. You have to provide invoices, and that's why we use those companies for that. But all the other ones, clothing, shoes, handbags, watches, jewelry, at some point Amazon just lets you apply and they don't require anything. And people post it all over the Facebook, and if somebody tells me, I usually post it into the Mastermind group. So you basically just have to fill out the form and you'll automatically get approved.
Okay.
I don't know why they do it, but at certain points it's just like open approvals. Usually they want flat files and spreadsheets and all kinds of stuff. So just keep an eye out for that. And when I say to go apply for categories, you just go apply for them. But they never do it for those three because they want wholesale invoices for those.
Oh, okay. Because that's one of the health. Forget about it. Because I saw the cost for that, and I was like, nope, that's not going to happen anytime soon. But
you mean the $200 a category?
No, that's fine. That's fine. But I saw that you have to pay like $3,000 to sell vitamins.
Oh, okay. That just started, a couple months ago. It's not vitamins. It's actually anything in the supplement subcategory, which there's a lot of private label. I mean, there's probably thousands of people that were doing that, where they created their own vitamins, and, it was just kind of junk, and it was all the same stuff. They just slapped their own labels on it. So now they're putting people through a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of categories. Like Lego, they want like $1,000 to apply for now. But those are mostly brand gatings. So it's a specific brand, and if you can get a wholesale account with somebody like Lego, then, you can afford, it's worth $1,000 to get ungated in it because nobody else is doing it.
Right. So beauty and clothing, I could save the normal amount.
Beauty, health, and grocery are the three. We have a company that does them. They charge $200 a category, and they basically supply you all the stuff. If you get denied, they're going to do whatever they need to apply again, and they'll keep going through the process until you get it. They've done hundreds and hundreds of them, so I've never heard of anybody having a problem, because they'll keep working until you get it. They know exactly what to submit, at this point. But all the other ones, right? Clothing, shoes, handbags, there's like 15 gated categories now. And all of those, they just like open the doors so then you can just fill out the forms. And it's an online form, it asks you like, how much you sell, are you a manufacturer or a distributor, and, simple questions. But usually they want you to submit flat files. They want you to submit pictures showing that they're in the right format. And it's very hard. I don't even know how to do flat files. It's just, in all these years since 2012 that I've sold on Amazon, I've never needed a flat file. But for some reason, they want you to be able to submit those.
Yeah, because I'll probably get ungated in a couple of categories, because I find that, for just the opportunities it creates, it makes sense.
Shoes, clothing, that stuff's great. And when you're able to find it, then it's good to be able to sell it. You want to be able to sell in anything that you can.
Right.
And they open them up, every few months, and I'll post about it, when I hear that it's open, and, you just go and apply and they immediately approve you. So, it's just waiting it out till then, because a lot of places are charging a few $100s per category to apply for those. But, if you can do it yourself, there's, just wait it out a little bit. And there's a lot of categories you can sell in. You can sell in toys. You can sell in, home. I would go and apply in automotive. That's just a questionnaire. It's going to ask you, if you're a manufacturer and distributor. The main thing is it's going to ask you your storefront, a link to your store, and you just give them a link to your Amazon storefront. You need to sell something before you can figure out what that is, probably. So, once you get an item up, you can go look at that item and then click on your store name, and then it'll take you to your own storefront. And then you just post that in there. And, I've never heard of anybody having a problem with that.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of stuff. So in home, I think there's like 20 million listings now. I mean, home's a huge category. Of course, toys, books. So there's plenty of stuff to find. And in the settings, we actually have a setup webinar for tactical arbitrage for everybody who used my bonus tomorrow night. So we're going to go over all that.
Yeah, what that's about.
That's not part of the class, but that's tomorrow night at 8, and we'll go over, which I'm sure a lot of those people are newer users. So we're going to go over showing you how to, select what categories to ignore. Because I don't know if you've seen it in the first class, but there is a place on the settings page you can select to ignore specific categories with tactical arbitrage. So, if you can't sell in grocery, well, you don't want to see any results in grocery.
Right. Yeah, I've actually gone in there. It's weird. I've noticed when you go to do the scans, it puts things that are not in a category in that category. Like I saw something for home or a toy that wasn't like clothing and shoes, and I'm like, that's weird. And those are ones that I blocked off because I'm gated for them. But
right, but what a lot of people don't understand is that comes up based on how it was listed on Amazon. So it doesn't matter if it's a shirt, if somebody listed in toys, then it's now a toy item until somebody opens a case with Amazon and asks them to to move the category. And there's a lot of it never should be that way, but there's a lot of reasons why it happens. And it's mainly because of gated categories. If you're not approved to sell in grocery, well, you can't list your product in grocery. But again, if you have a clothing item or you have a toy item that anybody can sell, but if you put it in health, then only people approved in health can now compete with you. So, some people do it because they're not approved in something, and some people put it in there to stop competition. But you can open a case on any item. If it's in the wrong category, you can open a case with Amazon. They'll usually fix it.
Okay. That's interesting. Is it possible to run, because I know you've mentioned quite a bit about people just using the product search and not looking at the flips or the library. It's not possible to run multiple scans in the different categories, right? You can only do one at a time, or?
No, you can only do one in each one of those. So you can only do a store search, one store search at a time.
Right. So I'm saying if I have a store search going like I do right now, like under Target, I can go under library.
You can run all four of those all at the same time. Oh, wow. You can do a flip, you can do a library search, you can do a reverse search, and you can do the regular store search. So you should have all of those running all the time.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to get on that tonight. Because I didn't know.
And the library, that's to find used products essentially, because you can do new to new using Amazon flips, but the library search is really to compare used at the source to used at Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So that's the difference between the library and the flip search.
Okay, so you don't use that to like look for new books. to do arbitrage with or anything like that?
No, you would use Amazon Flips, the Flip search to do that.
Okay.
Because you could search from Amazon to sell back on Amazon. But where the library comes in, even if you're going to search from Amazon, you would look at possibly merchant fulfilled sellers. You know, if a merchant fulfilled seller had it at very good, and you could send it into Amazon at you know, it's $8, but it's $15 on Prime, because Prime is at a huge premium. You know, most things will sell 20 to 30% more on Prime, and if there's none on Prime, I mean, I'll buy almost anything if it's not being sold on Prime, because you know, it just sells for so much more. So you know, that's what you can do there, and you can also search other stores with the library. So you can search, you know, new and used to buy at Barnes and Noble, for example, and then sell it, you know, on Amazon. But you can buy used at most of those stores to sell it, you know, in the same condition on Amazon. The library search is the only one that does used searches.
Okay. I'm gonna definitely spend some of what I have on books, because I know books can be.
Books are huge, and you can spend very little money on them. You know, we used to buy and sell or buy whole pallets of books at a time, you know, at auctions, and, you know, sourcing at, you know, thrift stores and all that. You'd find a ton of books, you know, you pay 50 cents. You know, I sold a book for $700. I sold a book for, you know, $200 that I paid $1 for. You know, there's tons of, you know, that kind of stuff out there. Even buying online, you know, you might not find those kind of flips, but you're going to find ones where you're going to make, you know, a ton of money going between the different markets, you know, at used. You know, textbooks are great. Cooking books, we like old, like, travel guides, maps. Those are just some of the categories. But, you know, I think there's like 60 million books on Amazon. And I don't know if we released it today or maybe we're releasing it tomorrow, but we just did a list for Better World Books. And,
right. I was curious about that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if we posted anything about that yet, but
Yeah, it was today.
we did post that today. Okay. So that has 16,000 categories, and I don't remember how many millions of books there. So, you know, there's just going to be a ton of stuff. And Better World Books has, you know, they pretend to be, you know, helping, you know, the world, but they've got all those collection boxes where people drop off their books for free in boxes in, like, store parking lots. And then they're selling them on Amazon. They sell on Amazon, all merchant fulfilled, of course, and they have their own website with whatever it was, I forget, 40, 50 million books on it. But they say, you know, a lot of the money goes to, you know, third world countries. They supply textbooks to third world countries. But, you know, who knows? I know they're collecting books, and then they're selling them on Amazon. You know, they're getting them for free and selling them on Amazon. So,
yeah,
there's got to be a lot of profit. And there's a ton of stuff. I mean, we bought a ton of stuff from them, you know, that was worth selling on Amazon. And they only sell merchant fulfilled, you know, as well. So they're not really competing with you. But everything they have on Amazon is probably the same price on their own website. You know, and all those bookstores are huge. Alibris has millions of books, Better World Books, of course, Barnes and Noble. They're all huge bookstores that are on there. I think there's only like 8 or 10 that are supported so far.
It's not bad. Yes, I'll probably pick up that list for Better World Books, because that's something I really want to look into.
Right, and remember, any list, we have a 25% off discount for Mastermind members. So just enter TA-MM at checkout, and you get that discount. So, all right. Any other questions?
No. Good right now.
All right. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you want to check out those ungating services, just send me a message, and I'll get you that information.